During World War II, a squad of soldiers encountered something supernatural while on duty. The story takes place when 5 soldiers received what seemed like a cushy assignment, guarding an ancient castle. The castle was luxurious, with endless supplies of food and wine. The men thought they'd hit the jackpot, but on their very first night, strange things began happening. Blondie couldn't light his cigarette, and suddenly heard a door opening behind him. "Who's there?" He grabbed his knife and checked. The door was closed, but he could hear gurgling water behind it. The handle wouldn't turn. It was locked. He tried to shake it off as his imagination. Later, while chatting with the others in the main hall, footsteps echoed from upstairs. Everyone tensed up. They split into pairs to search the castle. The sounds behind the door grew louder and stranger. Before they could count to 3, the door flew open by itself, even more terrifying. When the squad entered the room and pulled back the curtains, they glimpsed a figure hanging by the window. But when the wind blew, it vanished. "What the hell was that?" they exclaimed. Now it made sense why the previous unit slept on couches instead of the rooms, and why they left in such a hurry they forgot their belongings. None of them slept that night. The next day, while discussing the paranormal events, Glasses described seeing Buck sitting there with his usual cocky expression and an eerie smile, playing cat's cradle alone. He remembered Buck whispering, "You're next," in a daze. The creepiest part? Buck had reached the 5th step of the game, but there was no one else around to help him play. The 3 men fell silent. Then Buck appeared, saying he might know why the previous unit left so hastily. Through their abandoned radio, he learned that about 50 enemy soldiers would be passing through. Buck suggested they retreat to the nearby forest. The captain refused. Orders were orders. Buck protested that staying meant certain death for 5 men against 50, but the captain wouldn't budge. Seeing the others' silent acceptance, Buck sarcastically praised their bravery and volunteered for attic watch duty, inviting Glasses to join him with a twisted smile. "We can play cat's cradle together." He'd overheard their earlier conversation. Glasses looked defeated. While organizing upstairs, they discovered a ritual circle under the carpet. As Buck pondered this, Glasses called him to help move a strangely heavy wardrobe. When they passed over the circle, the wardrobe door slammed shut, crushing Glasses' fingers. He blamed Buck, thinking it was revenge for his earlier gossip, and shoved him away despite Buck's protests. Then, impossibly, a pair of girls' legs appeared in the mirror. Buck spun around in terror, but they were gone. Later, Glasses tried fixing the abandoned radio. It began emitting strange incantations that terrified everyone. They'd been skeptics before, but now they believed the previous unit fled not because of enemy troops, but because the castle was haunted. As someone suggested leaving, an agonized scream echoed through the castle. The oven began jumping rhythmically. Glasses quickly wrote down the Morse code, "If you leave." Suddenly his hand moved on its own, frantically scrawling the rest, "You will die."